His Royal Highness the Prime Minister Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa received a delegation including 3 former presidents who are Nobel Peace Prize laureates and had a prominent role in establishing peace and stability in their countries. The former President of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Frederick William de Klerk, former President of the Republic of Poland, Mr. Lech Walesa, and former President of East Timor, Mr. José Ramos Horta, were present. His Royal Highness welcomed the laureates and encouraged them to learn about Bahrain's economic development and the state of institutions and the law. The Prime Minister affirmed that the world is going through a difficult time as a result of tensions and wars, which called for efforts to maintain peace, security and stability in the region and the world. The Prime Minister pointed out that the region has undergone bitter experiences of instability, which it overcame due to the wisdom of GCC leaders. The laureates praised the achievements of the government led by His Royal Highness, which has made the kingdom an example for the modern state. The delegation also included the Under-Secretary General and former Executive Director of the United Nations Human Settlements Programme, Anna Tibaijuka, winner of the 2016 Sustainable Development Award and the Gutenberg Environmental Prize, known as the Nobel Prize for the Environment. His Royal Highness affirmed that peace is a noble approach and that the Bahraini government is keen on supporting the efforts of the international community to consolidate it and considers it a basis and a starting point for development. His Royal Highness reviewed with the laureates a number of topics of common interest and international developments, where they warned of the return of the Cold War due to some policies that do not fit the requirements of communities and called for concerted efforts, stressing the importance of integration between nations, common understanding, and conscious leaders that put peace as a first and last choice. He stressed that Bahrain is known for being a peace-promoting country and an example of coexistence between different groups and cultures. His Royal Highness also stressed that peace is the basis for consolidating security and stability and enabling communities to advance and develop, adding that achieving lasting peace requires the concerted efforts of the international community to provide an appropriate environment that promotes the values of coexistence and cooperation. The Prime Minister expressed pride in the visit of the laureates to the kingdom, stressing that it's an opportunity for the delegation to meet Bahraini citizens who are interested in their peace-supporting experiences and who will convey the delegation the kingdom's efforts in the field. His Royal Highness the Prime Minister hailed the contributions of the laureates in building their communities and their effective role in making changes that strengthen their countries on a large scale. His Royal Highness affirmed that Bahrain is exerting efforts to maintain the security and stability in the region and that its approach and aim is advancement. He added that the kingdom's support to peace is based on humanitarian principles that affirm the importance of peace and coexistence. His Royal Highness stated that the greatest challenge for peace is a noble value, is the intensification of disputes in the world, which requires a new global vision that includes untraditional mechanisms to resolve the causes of crises. His Royal Highness addressed the delegation, saying that their role in their countries represents a connected chain of successes that form the humanitarian aspect in defending their communities and maintaining security and stability. For their part, the delegation members expressed pleasure in visiting the kingdom, hailing the efforts of His Royal Highness the Prime Minister and the country's development, and stating that Bahrain achieved many successes in the fields of education, health, human development, and economic diversity. They expressed pride in meeting His Royal Highness the Prime Minister, affirming that the visit represents an opportunity to identify His Royal Highness's experience and vision to enhance peace efforts in the world. They also expressed thanks and appreciation to His Royal Highness for his efforts of promoting peace and tolerance. The delegation affirmed the importance of the visit for consolidating understanding to maintain security and stability in the world, adding that His Royal Highness's clear vision is evident through his achievements. They commended the kingdom's cultural development and the Bahraini society's cultural and intellectual diversity and openness, noting the role of the kingdom in establishing world peace through its belief in the importance of supporting the international community's efforts to maintain security and stability. The delegation members presented gifts and certificates to His Royal Highness the Prime Minister for promoting peace, tolerance and coexistence between world countries. They expressed aspiration for benefiting from the kingdom's experience in coexistence for their countries.
It's extremely important that more should be seen and said about Bahrain's unique experience for the rest of the world to appreciate these oases of tolerance, of inclusion, of respect of all other faiths. When we are at the peak of power, we at the mountain top of political power, we should show humility, compassion, and the wisdom, come down from the mountains, from the palace, and meet those who are on the fringes of periphery, make everybody feel that they are part of the country. So what the Prime Minister is doing is exactly my philosophy, my approach.
We had the privilege of meeting the Prime Minister and and some of the leaders, and what impressed me was how incredibly gracious and friendly and open they were. Often leaders of countries often appear very prideful and arrogant, but the leadership that we met here emphasized their passion to serve the people, their openness, and their enthusiasm. So it was a very, very inspiring morning meeting with the leaders of the country. I believe that Bahrain's investment in education, investment in health, in health of its people, investment in infrastructure, investment in the rule of law, investment in creating a diverse economy. All of these things bode well for a stable, secure future in which people can flourish.
The second